Welcome back, video game fans, to another video. And in today's video, we actually have a bit of a fun little surprise. I wanted to go through all of my games that I actually currently have out. This is not every game I own. This is currently just what I have out in my collection on my little shelf that I have over here. We have a fuckload of shit to go through, but we're going to go through it pretty fast because I don't want this video to be too long, too boring, but it's just for nostalgic factor, you know, just to go through, have a little bit of fun, look at some old games that I probably don't remember that I have, that I played a whole bunch of times, but this is what we're going to do with the channel. We're going to go through every one of these games, hopefully, before I die, because there's so many games, so many hours and years that I can put into this channel that I want to experience with you guys, but also that you guys get to experience something you guys have probably already experienced before, of course, but also that we get a kind of like a fun factor out of it. You know, you get to revisit games that you guys are probably bored either seeing or whatever, but we get to experience it together, and it'll be fun. Anyway, let's get into it. So we have the Japanese version of N64 Ocarina of Time. That's just for speedrunning. We have 3D Hockey, never really played it. We have Sarge's Heroes, a fucking bomb-ass game. We have Command and Conquer, FIFA 98, Battle Tanks, Sarge's Heroes 2. God, the Army Men games are amazing. We have Indiana Jones and Infernal Machine. That game was a bastard to beat when I was a kid. GoldenEye, I hadn't beaten it until I played it on the Wii, modded Wii. I mean, not modded Wii. Sorry, Nintendo, don't listen to that. But GoldenEye was great. I like the big-headed mod that you could put on there. We have Turok 2. I don't have Turok 1 on this, right? I do have Turok 1. Don't beat my ass. I have Turok 1, but Turok 2 is the only thing that I have out right now. I don't know why. It's kind of making me a little bit white-knuckled. So, we have RR64. I'm terrible at old racing games. New racing games, I'm okay. Old racing games, I'm dog shit. We have FIFA 64. I actually prefer FIFA 98, just because it's a little bit, in my opinion, better. I had a more fun experience. The new FIFAs, I only play them to ragdoll people and kick them in the shins. We do have Smash Remix. That game doesn't exist. That game doesn't exist. You know, it's the missing link. We have Voyager of Time. We have Dawn of Dusk. Those games don't actually exist. They're actually they're fan-made games that somebody put on a cartridge and decided to sell online. So I picked them up because I was like, man, that would be really cool to own them. And it's just something that I wanted to go through and play through with. We do have my original Link to the Past. That's why it's in this plastic case. That came with a couple of these, but I put them in this plastic case because it's so important to me. Zelda is just a huge part of my life. My entire childhood revolves around 3 franchises, and it's The Legend of Zelda. It would be Resident Evil, and I would say Kingdom Hearts, but the biggest franchise that made the most impact was the Souls games. I did play them when I was a lot younger, but we do have, if we continue, we have The Legend of Zelda, Goddess of Wisdom, another fan-made game. Parallel Worlds, another fan-made game. My favorite Mario game of all fucking time is Super Mario World. This game is fucking bomb, and you can't deny that's the best side-scrolling Mario game of all time. Mortal Kombat, I am so dog shit at fucking older Mortal Kombats for some reason. Bass Hunter Master, I actually like being a man, and I do play these games sometimes, and I never catch the good fish. I'm not as good as I was in Ocarina of Time at catching fish. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. None of these games deserve to be on the floor, but I cleaned my floor a little bit, somewhat. You know, just get the dog hair out of there. But the Turbo Street Fighter 2 is probably my favorite version of Street Fighter 2. There's a bunch of versions when it comes to Street Fighter games, and we will go through those games. But this game stuck out the most to me as a kid, and it's Primal Rage. This game deserves the utmost respect, because this is a Mortal Kombat game-esque fighting style side-scroll game for fighting of old age, but it's dinosaur and primal, of course, by the name Primal Rage. It's a great game, and it just sparked an opening love for fighting games. So I just wanted to play every fighting game, and that game is amazing. So here we will go into the next sequence for PlayStation 1. Now, with my PlayStation 1 games, I currently only have 5 of them out. And I don't know why. It's just I don't want to get all of them out because a lot of them are really, really fragile. I've actually spent money to get jewel cases that you can buy for older games that are just like this. And I've replaced all the jewel cases because most of them were really bad. So it's a shame because a lot of the old cases just, you know, it's just... It feels so nostalgic owning them. So we do have, and we'll get into this, Frogger. If you own a PlayStation 1, you need to buy this game. All these games, of course. You know, just all of them are really good. But Frogger is a timeless classic. It was an amazing, you know, kind of explorative game for the franchise of Frogger. It actually had a bit of, like, what felt like a story to it. It was more vast and variety. We do have Resident Evil, the Director's Cut, one of my top favorite fucking franchises ever. I don't have the very original Resident Evil. I only have the Director's Cut, and it makes me so mad. But it's an amazing franchise. We're going through all of these games, like I said, all of them. We're just going to take them kind of slowly and kind of build up the aspect of fun with them. Medal of Honor, this game. I do love Call of Duty. Medal of Honor just has a actual honor to it. You know, there was more love for the fact of being a soldier in those games. I don't know what it was. You know, it wasn't just always going through and guns shooting. It was actually like self-sacrifice. You know, the mission being important to saving other people. It was what I wanted to be as a soldier before I joined the army. That was my envisionment. That was the whole reason. You know, I was just like, man, I really wanted to be a hero. And in that game, you'd be a hero. I fucking love Medal of Honor. It's a shame it's not a franchise that really gets any love anymore. Pac-Man World, the greatest Pac-Man games besides the original Pac-Man version 2, the one that is a cabinet game. This is the best Pac-Man game ever. They just remade this. They actually just remade this for the Nintendo Switch and for newer game consoles, and I haven't bought it yet. But if you can get your hands on the new remastered version of Pac-Man World, this game will blow your fucking mind. It's insane that they haven't remade it sooner. I was actually talking about it right before they remade it, and I was like, man, this game is just amazing. It needs to be remade. It's an amazing timeless classic. And speaking of timeless classics, again, we have The Legend of Dragoon. This is such an influential game. This is what most people would call the Final Fantasy killer. Final Fantasy VII came out in what are called the brick discs. I don't know what else other people would call them. There's a whole bunch of names for these. I called them brick discs. This is a gigantic case. It's just huge, and there's a reason for that. Actually, when you open this, and I'm going to try opening this one-handed, but I'm going to be very gentle because I love this. I have the complete edition. This is my all these games are original that I have owned forever. And this comes with more than one disc. And that was a big thing. You know, it came with the booklet. It would come with another disc. And the other problem with that was that this little piece right here, I'm sorry, let me go ahead and grab that out, if I can get that out, without ripping the booklet, because I've spent a lot of time keeping care of that for a long time. This is another disc. And I'm pretty sure I own actually a bonus disc, like an extra disc of the discs I already own, because I was afraid, yep, there it is. I was afraid I was going to break the first one. So that's the first one. This is the secondary one. I got it in a pretty good condition, and I kept it because I did not want to break the original. Just because I wanted to keep it. I'm a nostalgic person, but there was 2 discs. No, there weren't just 2 discs. There were fucking 4 discs. 4 discs. The disc 3 had look at this. Look at the detail. Look at the amazing art style on these discs. Like, that's some real fucking gamer shit. That's some old OG stuff. Like, and if you see in the backgrounds, there's tiny bits of art all laid out throughout the backgrounds. And yes, I did have to, with this jeweled case, actually, this is my original, so I'm actually okay with it. But with most of them, I had to put the art back inside, which is a really weird way, and it kind of funkled them all. But with this one, like, just, it's such a cool factor. PlayStation Underground, yeah, fuck that. I'm sure that's before they actually decided to charge money for online. But PlayStation was a huge thing for me. It was just something that had games that I just wasn't used to seeing. Oh, I didn't put the booklet back in. That's going to drive me nuts. But PlayStation has a really special place in a lot of people's hearts, and I'm hoping that this reaches those people and it brings you nostalgia, because that's exactly what the PlayStation was all about. Nostalgia factor. It was all about bringing people together, and that's what I want with this channel. I want people to be brought together on these, because these are games that you love and I love. Somebody has to love these, and it's us. We have to love them. So that brings us to my personal favorite console of all time for Nintendo, the Nintendo GameCube. And with this console comes my main parts of my childhood. But N64 was very much a close second, and so was the PlayStation 2 and 1. But with the GameCube came an exploration for my favorite franchises of all time. This was very important to me. As just a human being in general, as a gamer in general. So we have, of course, going down the line. First, we'll go ahead and experience this. I have 2 of these, as you can realize. Why would I have 2 collector's editions? I must be really, really greedy. No, this is an unopened copy, and I refuse to open it. It's not my first copy. This is my actual first copy. This is an unopened version, and I refuse to open it. I've kept it in this plastic jewel case, just because of course, I would never, ever want that open. It's not happening. We're keeping it closed. This game includes 4 of the games that are already in here, except for the original SNES games. The collector's edition for The Legend of Zelda. My childhood franchise right here. This is the #1 childhood franchise. Resident Evil is a close second, and the Souls games is a close third, because I learned it was a progressive thing. First it was Zelda, then it was Resident Evil. Well, they're kind of both interlocked, and then Souls came later. So we have the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, a very, 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 this is a jewel. If you can find this and you can get your hands on this and you have a GameCube, please treat yourself to that. And if you're not sure if you want to get what's called The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and yes, it's a player's choice version, just because this is the very first version I got. All of these are the first versions I ever had of the games. As you can tell, some of them have been worn away, but The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker has a demo in this game. It's very cool. It's an amazing experience when it comes to Legend of Zelda. So The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, my second favorite 3D Zelda game, is it's got to be my third favorite. I love Wind Waker. I love Ocarina of Time, but I would have to say Twilight Princess is my #1 favorite 3D Zelda game, just because of the art style. I thought it was beautiful. I think this is an amazing, beautiful game, which is why I own it on so many things. I own it on the Wii. And yes, Wii is in here just because the Zelda games were in here. But those are the only 2 I have out right now. I don't know why, because I play Wii Sports and I love that game. But The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is an amazing game. These are just all these games. If you have a love for the Soul series, that's what made me fall in love with the Soul series. I was a Zelda fanatic. Medieval fighting was my game, and this game kept me together in a very tight and hard place as a child. Speaking of which, I got this. I'm pretty sure for pre-ordering something. I think I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered it or something, or maybe I won it. I don't remember. But I got this. This is just Ocarina of Time and the Master's Quest versions. Never before released. Technically not true, but these were just amazing. These are GameCube games that'll never ever leave. We have Zelda 4 Swords, an amazing game to play co-op. I was a lonely child. My cousins, I didn't have a GameCube, which it should say somewhere. Yep, right here. GameCube Advance compatible. And it was only 1 player unless you had that Game Boy Advance and the controller plugins. I did not have them at the time. I do have them, and they're in the cabinet, but we're not going to go in the cabinet because that cabinet is busting. It's about to fall apart just because of how much shit I have in it. But with this, I did not have the necessity to play with my friends or my cousins. I was, like I said, a little bit of a loner when it came to video gaming. My family was not supportive of it. We have Soul Calibur 2. One of the fucking all-time OG fucking best fighting games. Is probably the best. This is the best Soul Calibur. Fuck anybody else. No, I'm kidding. This is the best Soul Calibur, in my opinion. The greatest. And this is the greatest version. And why? Not because it has fucking the dude who plays John Wick. or a white Mia Khalifa, it's because we have our boy Link, the greatest fucking game of all time. This is just such a good game. It's so goddamn good. And if anybody down in the comments below who's played this game and understands why this game is amazing, I used to main Nightmare. I used to main, what the fuck's his name? I think his name's Jax. It's the dude with the nunchucks. And I also used to main Link, all because of that game. The game's amazing. Absolutely a must-have. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So we have turning on to Blood Rain. I had never been open to gore, except for Resident Evil 4. Not rhyming, not trying to. But yes, there's some sticker on it, and I hate that, but I've never wanted to touch and take it off because this is original case. I didn't want to fuck with the original case and hurt it. But I bought this as a discount when I was a kid, a long time ago, I'm pretty sure. And this is just an amazing game, too. It's kind of out there on its own. You know, as a GameCube game, it's just a random GameCube game that you just wouldn't see in a lot of people's collection. But for the people who played it, we're going to crop that out. For the people who played it, they understand why it's so damn good. You know, all the gameplay experiences that you can experience, you know, without having to worry about your parents getting too mad. And anybody, it's a good game. It's a great game. And of course, I don't have, and I don't know why I don't have the Resident Evil 0 and 1 out right now. I have them. I don't have them out. And it's probably because they look a little bit something like this. This is probably going to have to go away too into my collector's edition because just look at it. This game is one of the best games of all time, and it is a legend. It is the Resident Evil 4, just Resident Evil in general, but Resident Evil 4 was a revolutionary game. I did have the chainsaw controller, and I did break it, and I'm a fucking horrible gamer for doing that as a kid. I just didn't have any respect for video games when it came down to being an open-minded, like, 5-year-old when it came out. Like I said, I was born in 1999. This game, I believe, came out in 2005. I'm pretty sure. 2005. And it's just, it's a phenomenal game. You know, I remember every aspect of every one of the Zelda games and this game. You know, 1998. I'll never forget it. Like, that's fucking, like, the remake. We're going through the remake, boys. It's happening. I am so fucking pumped for the remake. This game is just fucking amazing. You know, we have Twilight Princess again, of course, for the Wii. This was the first version I had actually beaten. I did not beat, as a kid, the GameCube version. I beat the Wii version first. And this is not my original copy of the Wii version. This is another one I had to buy just because I think I broke my original Wii version. It didn't have this red outline for Nintendo Selects. But this was a cheaper version. I just bought it because, you know, I don't have all the money in the world. Says the guy with a million video games. But it's a good game. You know, they're great. And then my probably second favorite Zelda game of all time, and this is going to be very controversial, it's because of the story in this game. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is an amazing game. This is the 35th anniversary. This is my very first version of getting it. You know, it came with the Symphony disc, and it comes with the game. And it's just, my parents were not supportive of video games for me. I had ADHD. It was just looking at like it was a very bad path for me from my parents' point of view. And on Christmas, when I was about 9 years old, and I was going through a lot of family hardships, and I know this is getting really personal, but I was going through a lot of a really sad time in my life, where part of my life I didn't want to experience at all. You know, I just wanted to kind of end it. And I didn't have anything to cling to. Video games kind of kept me in a sense of hope for the world, because I could enjoy and be a hero in another land when I didn't feel worthy enough to be a hero in the world we're in. And I didn't feel respected as a person for my view on video games and how much I liked them. And that Christmas, my parents got me a black Nintendo Wii with Skyward Sword. You know, all my other family members got Wiis and stuff like that and for Christmas, and all my siblings did, or not my siblings, my cousins. I didn't have siblings at the time. They all got Wiis and stuff like that. And, you know, I remember just I wasn't a greedy child. I was just kind of let down to the fact that, like, I felt like I would never be able to open up that side of me. And my parents eventually, on Christmas, I guess they had decided, they said, hey, we have one more gift for you. You know, you haven't been the best this year. And I remember I had done some horrible stuff as a kid. We all do stupid shit. But they handed me this, and I said, I don't have a Wii. I guess I can go over to my cousins and play it, and that'd be really cool because I spend time with my cousins. And they're like, no, you can go out into the living room and go unpack your Wii. And I remember it's just such a phenomenal time in life. There are moments that I'm sure you will experience with all of these games that are just, that's what gaming is about. It's about having that nostalgia time period, and that's why this is such an important game. It has a beautiful story to it. I did not like the gameplay, but I love this game as number 2 for a reason, for a very important reason. And I will eventually go through all the other stuff that has happened with my life and why some of these games are personally my favorites. But we're going to keep, and which one game's on the bottom? Okay, I don't want to scoot any of these on the floor. So we're gonna go to the next. Now we're at my PlayStation games. These we're gonna go through real quickly, and I'm gonna go through the next few video games after that pretty quick, just because I don't want to make this video forever long. It's already long enough for most people. But we have the director's cut of Resident Evil. I do not have the original very first Resident Evil. I just have the director's cut version, which is still the very first game, but it's only director's cut. Which is not really looked at as the best version, but in my personal experience, this is my favorite video game. These are all original. I've owned these since I was a kid, and I love these. I bought new jewel cases for them, which you can do that on eBay or anywhere else if you actually have a collection you want to keep in stock and in good condition. We have Frogger. That's an amazing game. We have Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor is a really good war game. I actually prefer Medal of Honor over COD, at least for story, because they actually made you feel like you were going in to save the day instead of just guns blazing, killing the motherfuckers and just getting it all done. Pac-Man World. We have Pac-Man World 2 in PlayStation 2, which we'll go over that here in a minute. But this game is an amazing game. It's perfect for children, but it's just an amazing game. I love that game so much. And we have The Legend of Dragoon. This, if you've never seen one of these, is what I call a brick case. These are just huge PlayStation cases that are literally just it's like somebody welded 2 of these together, 2 jewel cases. And that is a complete edition of The Legend of Dragoon. They call it the Final Fantasy Killer. Why? Because it was just such a phenomenal story for a game that never got a sequel that I wish to this day they would remake. It's amazing. It's great. If you haven't played it, please go play it. I don't care if you got to mod it on your PC. Go do it. Go play the game. Nobody's going to stop you because that company hasn't done anything with this. Nobody's done anything with The Legend of Dragoon. Just a simply amazing game. Beautiful. Beautiful to have in a collection. If you have a PlayStation, please go play it. Please. Get your hands on it. I don't care how. Do it. Be happy. I know you guys can see dirt on the floor. I'm sorry about that. That's thanks to a little Miss Someone over here. Well, you're camera shy. But yeah, my whole house is destroyed thanks to somebody. My little puppy Lilo. But yeah, if you can play these games are amazing. They are just one of a kind, and there's something that there's something that are just so special. They're so special for old games. Please go find a way to enjoy at least one of every game genre that I have here. Everybody here has something that they can reach out to and acknowledge with some excitement, like Frogger, Pac-Man World, Medal of Honor, Resident Evil Director's Cut, The Legend of Dragoon. Perfect games. So now that leads us to our next thing. So we're not at the PlayStation 2 now. We're going to rush through a little bit of this. Sorry about that. It's just to save up some time for you guys, because I don't want you guys to have to watch a whole video on this. Well, if you guys want, we'll make another time where I'll go through all of these. So we have Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Omnimusha 2 and 3, which I do have. Omnimusha 1, it's packed away. Like I said, it's going to give me a headache. But we have Devil May Cry 1 and 2 and 3, but 3, unfortunately... or with 2, unfortunately, it's still packed away too. We have Resident Evil 4. We have Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X2, Final Fantasy X11. I don't remember what the fuck that means. I'm retarded. I have Call of Duty 1, 2, 3 because I think I got those with my PlayStation 2 after I bought it a long time ago. I got Pac-Man World 2. We have Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings again. This is the Fellowship of the Ring and the Twin Towers. Twin Towers. We have, I mean, that. Whoa, we have the the Two Towers. Two Towers. Whoops. We have Monster Jam. Talk. Talk and the Guardians was a Nickelodeon thing. That's when they started doing all their weird shit with Nickelodeon, trying to make video games that were good. And they did. They had SpongeBob. SpongeBob was pretty good. We have Star Wars, the video game for Lego Star Wars, and I do have that on Game Boy because I love the Lego games. We have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a really good game, but it influenced me in a bad way as a child, just because of my own personal problems that I had at that point in time in life. Rambo 6-3, never beat it because those games are fucking ridiculously hard. I still couldn't beat it now because of the way it plays. Peter Jackson's King Kong. I have that on GameCube. It's put away. I love that game just because it's fucking random. It's just something. It's one of those time periods like Nickelodeon was making. We have Star Wars Battlefront. That was an amazing game at the time. It was just revolutionary. We do have those. We do have some Wii U games, but those aren't important. Those are just stuff you've already seen. We have Call of Duty, Black Ops 1 and 2. This was a time period whenever I first started playing online with people. I had my 360, and that was the very first games that I've ever played with online with people besides Dark Souls 1. We have Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, and as my body can tell you, it's a fucking awful game. We go over here. We have Kingdom Hearts 3. I got it on the Xbox One as soon as I got an Xbox One for no reason. I just thought it would be funny, and it would just be a troll thing that I bought. I regretted $60 purchase. Because it's not because it's a bad game, it's just because it's the Xbox version. We have all my third parties, which is Resident Evil 1 through every fucking one you can own on console, except for Revelations 1, because I can't find that anywhere for Xbox One for some goddamn reason. We have Dark Souls 3. I do have Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and the collector's edition of Dark Souls 3. The problem is I have them put in boxes away just because I haven't touched them in a long time. We have Elden Ring. We have Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Omnimusha, the first one. That's Omnimusha Warlords. Good game. It's a good game. If you like Resident Evil and you like samurai stuff like Sekiro, go play that. It plays a lot like Resident Evil, but it's better. It's pretty good. We have The Evil Within 1 and 2. I hate that they're out of order, but we have those, and those are really good. I don't know what is going on here, why I don't have the actual copy for the paper back. It's kind of annoying. We have Mortal Kombat XL. Red Dead Redemption, because I had never played it on 360, so I got the Game of the Year version for Xbox One. It's good. It's good as shit. Need for Speed Payback. I love the Need for Speed games. Titanfall 2, to be specific, is out right now. Titanfall 1, I put it away because I just was tired of playing it. Call of Duty Ghost, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, The Division, not a huge fan of The Division just because it was just weird. I don't know why I even have it out. It was a grindy game, and I was not in that time period or that mindset to grind for a game for guns and stuff like that. We already had COD. The Collector's Edition for Halo Master Chief Collection, good. Red Dead Redemption 2, fucking phenomenal. Absolute bomb game. Absolute great. And for some reason, it's next to this piece of shit to make sure that this piece of shit can be shadowed out by this game. Battlefield 2042, I don't know what I was thinking. I got that for me and my brother for Christmas because I wanted to play a game through with him, and I thought Battlefield because he likes COD, and there was no new COD yet, so I figured I'd get him Battlefield, and it was just bad. Shadows of Mordor was my first Xbox One game. Fallout 4, really good. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, amazing with the rare replays, which is like 50 other games. It's an awesome deal. God of War, that game is probably my favorite exclusive PlayStation 4 game. God of War 3 Remastered. We have Dark Souls 3. Yes, I have it on every console I can get it on because I just liked the PvP so much in Dark Souls 3 and because I did not own a PS4 first. I had Horizon Zero Dawn. My grandfather gave this to me. It's my grandfather plays fucking video games. He's like, this game's fucking amazing. He's like, but I can't beat Dark Souls 3. He's a fucking trooper. Bloodborne, it's amazing, but it's not my favorite story-driven one. Sekiro is actually my favorite story-driven one. This one is just my favorite, atmosphere. It's perfect atmosphere for what time and what they're trying to nail. They nailed it perfectly. Kingdom Hearts, the remakes, or the remasters for that time period. We have The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, Triforce Heroes, Luigi's Mansion, and Phantom Hourglass, because I'd never beaten those. We have up here, yes, it's a booklet for the collector's edition for Breath of the Wild. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, Link's Awakening, Skyward Sword, Metroid Dread, which is awesome, Dark Souls Remastered, because I wanted to hurt myself more, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, because why not? You can have the Master Sword, it's fucking cool. Insane Trilogy, Crash Bandicoot's an amazing game. I have it on the PlayStation 1, I just don't have it out. Xenoverse 2, because I like to grind a lot whenever I already have it on Xbox. The 3D All-Stars, yes, I got that. The Ultimate for Smash Bros, really good. Origami King, I liked it. Doom, it runs fucking phenomenal on that somehow. I don't even know how it even runs, it's good. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because my siblings are younger than me by a lot, and they need to experience the stuff that we experienced and have fun with gaming, and so I got that. This is still a fun list of just some stuff that I do have out right now. This is not everything. Like I said, I have some really crazy stuff like my yes, I'm that big of a Zelda fan. I love these. I know not a whole lot of people like these, but I actually love the seasonal cartoon versions of just cheesy stuff. I love stuff like that. Like I said, we have some extra stuff in there. Actually, this is not the cabinet I was thinking of. This is just my amiibos. There's more amiibos. I have way more amiibos. You know, there's just tons of stuff lying around that I have. But we have my DS and my 3DS in there. We have my controllers. The other side is the one with a whole bunch of shit in it. Just a whole bunch of controller mangled up mess that I need to clean. But I figured I'd share this with you guys because, you know, I want to get it out there. I wanted to show, hey, this is stuff to look forward to in the channel. But this is also important stuff to me and maybe to you. And I wanted to have that experience with you. You know, we got some other miscreants here. Just some fun stuff. But hopefully this was nostalgic for you. If you liked any of these games or you had a fond memory like I had with my Zelda games and stuff like that, if you had something like that, comment down below, please. I would love to hear about it. I'm sure other people would love to connect with you on it and stuff like that. It's all about the gaming community. It's like I said, it's all about the gaming community. It's all about reaching each other out and just being kind of a family. And that's kind of what I want with these just video games in general. I want that experience with you and just to have fun and, you know, just be able to share moments with you guys. And we're going to go through all these. I've kind of made a decision to do Let's Plays. It's going to take some time and it's going to be tiring, but I figured it's worth it. Why not? It's something I love to do anyway. I'm going to waste my time doing it anyway, but it's just some stuff that I thought would be cool, you know, just something that I wanted to show you guys. If you guys enjoyed this, you know, my other content is coming out here soon. I am actually uploading it right now on my PC. But if you guys like this, you know, like, subscribe, do whatever. It doesn't really matter. You know, hopefully I get to see you guys again. And you guys get to experience this with me, and I get to see you guys soon. So, peace out, guys. Have a good one.